Welcome to Captain DLC Gaming. Glad you can join me today in what is going to be my very first video that I will be posting. Due to the encouragement and mockery of my friends yesterday evening, I had told them that I had discovered I could record my Magic the Gathering games online and had been doing so for my own entertainment, and to have the ability to go back and rewatch games and or drafts to learn from my mistakes and hopefully improve as a player. So they encouraged me to put something up on YouTube, and that is what we will be doing today. So today is a big day of first for me. I'm making my first video. I spent real world dollars in the arena for the first time. I purchased the adventure bundle to get the gems that I needed to be able to do a draft. I figured it would be apropos to do my first video with a draft. Draft is my favorite format. It's usually what I play as a casual player at my local LGS. I used to consider myself as a pretty good draft player, but in the arena, honestly, I tend to get my face smashed in. So today I'm hoping to do a good draft, not get distracted by rare cards that put me in a color too early, and hopefully be able to build a good deck and have the result be some wins in the arena. So hopefully you find this entertaining and or potentially learn something from a casual player in the draft format. So you will notice I'm not a top tier content creator. I don't even have my face on the screen for lack of equipment, software. So from here on out, just consider me like the Wizard of Oz. I am the man behind the curtain. I would like to dedicate today's video to two people of the same first name, and that would be Jason and Jason. So as we move through the draft, I'll tell you a little bit about my Magic story, who I am as a player, and a little bit more about the Jasons that are responsible for me being able to enjoy what is now my favorite game and a hobby of mine as a casual player. I really do enjoy this game very much. So without further ado, let's jump into a Zendikar Rising draft. So we got the token entry. I went ahead and cashed in real world dollars for those gems. I also went big instead of going home today, and I purchased the Mastery Pass. There was a particular pet that they came out with that I really wanted. You will see that pet in the games to come, and if you know me, you will understand exactly why I wanted that particular pet. I realized that I could use the gems for two drafts, but I typically don't worry about the aesthetics of sleeves and pets and things of that nature. But I decided today we're going to splurge a little bit for this first video. So here we are in the queue, waiting for filled seats. Hopefully people are still interested in playing the Zendikar draft. The set's been out for a little while. I haven't drafted in a while. Hopefully they won't make us wait too long. So in the meantime, I promised you my Magic story, so we might as well start a little bit of that. So way back in high school, a good friend of mine, Jason, introduced me to Magic. It was something that he was just getting into as a game. He was a buddy of mine that we would get a group of guys together and play game nights, and we would play mostly strategy games, so Risk, Axis, and Allies, for those that know and appreciate that world's longest board game ever. And he introduced me into Magic and kind of taught me the basics. Unfortunately, Jason passed away in a tragic car accident. God rest his soul. And I didn't play much Magic after that. So we'll fast forward. I had been the kid that got excited, and I ran to the mall on my bike and purchased my first deck, which was a Golgari deck. It was a zombie-themed deck, which I really enjoy. Still have those cards today. And as time went forward, I would casually play tabletop Magic with friends instead of playing a board game. But I didn't really understand the rules very well, and looking back on it, taught some people the wrong way to play Magic and was definitely playing the game wrong. I didn't understand what a lot of the cards did. I think I used counter spells as spot removal back then. I was like, oh yeah, counter target spell. It doesn't need to be on the stack. I just make your creature go away. So some humble beginnings, but it was always a game that I knew that I really enjoyed. But I didn't really have a good avenue to play it consistently and really learn the gameplay. So we'll fast forward to 4 years ago. My buddy Jason, different Jason, at Christmas time, I ended up hanging out with him, and he was really into Magic. And so he reintroduced me into the game. And we will pause there as we look at what we have in the draft today. So we got Nimble Trapfinder. Forgive me, I do not have all of these cards memorized, so I'll be doing a lot of reading in this video. Can't be blocked if another card will into the battlefield. Combat on your turn, full party creatures gain. Okay, so definitely a big piece for the party mechanic. Not super exciting. We have Mind Drain. Don't want that as an early pick. No good removal. This is a little bit of a bummer of a pack just on cursory view. Sky Dancer really good if we go into a mill strategy. What does this guy do? Enters, reveals. Okay, so go look at your hand. Equal to... Oh, so you only get to look at so many cards based on party mechanic. You choose one of the cards, they discard it. Oh, do we take the rare? I mean, it's a decent 2-drop. Can be blocked. If we can turn it on with party mechanic, maybe that's good. So we'll take the rare for a lack of time in the first one. Alright, we're going to earmark Deadly Alliance. On the basic level, of course, removal is king in draft. Nahiri's Binding is also good removal. Requires double white, so kind of have to go hard into white for that. Which means Deadly Alliance to me feels like the better pick here. I think this is going to be a pretty fast draft. I think other draft players probably have this set much more figured out than I do. So we might be that slow guy at the table here. So we'll go ahead and confirm Deadly Alliance. Alright, this is where I have to be careful that I don't become blind to other colors and just push my way into blue-black, although look at the top 6 cards, instant or sorcery from other put into your hand. So spells matter for sure in that case. Falconer's good, 4/4 for 5. Definitely wants to be in the kick spells to get that synergy. But a 4/4 flyer is really good. Maybe we just take that. If we go 3 colors, it's good to have these dual-faced land cards. Rapid Bite, good removal if you're in green for sure. Feed the Swarm is a good removal piece as well. Maybe that's the better pick. We're going to take the flyer here and see if we can make blue work. I do have an affinity for blue right now. Beyond the Veil is a little less exciting to me. Ooh, Prowling Felidar can take over a draft for sure as the packs stack up. Let's see here. Draw 2 cards. Ooh, drawing cards in Magic. And we're not turning down any really good removal here. What is this one? I think this is the Sacrifice and Draw. I'm not really excited about that. I think Barrage is a bit of a trap. It's too situational. We'll take the card draw. We're looking... Oh! Soaring Thought Thief comes on board. I mean, that's just a pretty decent card even outside of the rogues mechanic, but if we want to start putting together rogues, we have a rogue and a wizard. Vanquish the Weak is good removal. Into the Royals, decent. Ooh, Diviner's good. Common. We do have a wizard. I think we take the Thought Thief here. And then things slow down a little bit for us. Anti-Cognition's really good if we do end up in the mill deck. It's a little bit situational if you're not heavy into the mill synergy. I don't think we want to move into Cleric right now. Skitter Sneak we can pick up later. Maybe Anti-Cognition is the best pick for us here. Oblivion's Hunger. I mean, it does remind me of Watchful Defense, which is a good card. Ooh, Umara Mystic. I do like the style of this card. In a Spells Matter deck, do we splash red to include that though? Or we can go more towards Rogues and get the Zulapart Duelist, knowing that we have the Thought Thief. The Trap Finder is a rogue. He definitely cares more about the party mechanic though. But that doesn't mean we need to be committed to it. Alright, let's see if we can put the rogues together a bit here. I do like Subtle Strike. There are plenty of 1 toughness creatures to get rid of, I think, in this format. Tempest I'm not really excited about. We could take another Duelist. We could take the Sky Dancer. I do like the fact that it's flash and flying. Let's take the Sky Dancer here. Okay, so another Sky Dancer. I do really like Mind Drain in Draft. Just getting 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, and yeah, we're going for that. We're going to play cards that I like to play in my first video. Cleric of Chill Depths is okay. Yeah, we'll just take the chill dude here. Blood Price is good draw in black. I normally wouldn't care too much about that card. Down to 3 seconds, we will take it over the Tempest, I think. It might not be a playable for us. Another party mechanic card. Don't know that we care about Menace. We're doing a 3-drop. Okay, we'll take the shield here. We do not want another Blood Price. Yep, Oblivion Hunger, sure, why not? What do we see here? Null Priest of Oblivion. That's some really cool art. Menace Lifelink, and it is a cleric. Kicker 3, when it enters the battlefield, is kicked. Return target card from graveyard to battlefield. Okay, that's pretty good. Wizard is actually pretty decent in our deck. Field of Research. Wouldn't mind picking up another one of those. We do love drawing cards. We got removal in red. Are we willing to splash red? It's a Null Priest. Lifelink Menace is good. I'd almost like to have some equipment to go with that. I mean, it's a good 2-drop. It's good late game. Is it better than the Wizard? We will need to get some bigger creatures going here. Let's stay low to the ground for now. See what we see. Oof. Ugh. Getting punished for committing to black and blue too early. — 3/2 flyer feels pretty good for 4. What's our wizard count? 2. I mean, really, we want rogues to make our choice of Thought Thief better. But I think we can take this one for this pack and not risk jumping into white. It seems to be whoever's the white mage in this draft is feeling pretty lucky. I also think the Guide Beast is okay, but losing a land drop unless you're really ahead I think can feel bad. If we're in the kicked spells deck, Risen Riptide, I've been completely busted up by that card. A 2-drop Rogue could pair well. Mind Drain, I don't think we want 2 of those at this point. Maybe we pick up another one of those later. Although I don't want to lean too heavy into just rogues for the sake of rogues, especially if we don't have the crab. We do have quite a few 2 drops. Now we have another one. So much pressure! Okay, here we go. This is a good rogue pickup. Rebirth is okay. Ooh, Silencer is decent. I don't like that it costs 6. Creatures in party. Card draw with kicker. That could make... Yeah, the death touch I think is relevant even outside of just being dedicated to the rogue mechanic. Ooh, here we go. So Bubble Snare is a tempting pick here just to add some removal to the deck. Another Duelist would be decent. I don't know that we care about Jarix here. I think we take the Bubble Snare. Good cheap removal. Counter target spell. Into the Royal. Another Mind Drain. So I think we could go Mind Drain or into the Royal here. So bounce a creature. If you pay 4, you get to draw a card. Or just Hand Hate. We double down on Hand Hate. Turn 3. Is that really what we want to be doing? Potentially. I mean, this is a bit situational, but early game this can be good. Another Bubble Snare. We'll consider that. Glacial Grasp is good. You get to cantrip off of it. I think Bubble Snare, cheap removal once again, I think reigns a little bit supreme here. I like Squid a lot, and again we see more Mind Drains. So maybe we can pick up some more of those later. I would never want to run more than 2 in the deck, just late in the game. I mean, it can be impactful. It's really nice to just drop it on turn 3 or 4, and then after that it gets less good in my mind, unless your opponent's drawing a lot of cards. So another shot at the Wizard. It is a 5-drop. 5-drop 4/3. Stats are not as exciting as I'd want them to be, but it is a land as well. We'll take that. We'll take Incognito. Now we'll take our second Mind Drain and no more. We will take Field of Research. Do I want a 3rd Zulapart? Or do I just want to protect things? Okay, sideboard. Into the last pack. What do we do? Oh, my goodness. If we were only in red-green. This is the busted card. I like this card. Make a bunch of plant friends. And then landfall. Make your plant friends big. Okay, so we could pick up Wind Robber here, which is arguably better than Duelist. Oh, Scion of the Swarm. Double black. We are not in a life gain deck by any means. Field Research, Blood Price, Mind Drain, Blight Priest. Again, not in the life gain deck. This pack is actually pretty bad for us. I almost want to just hate draft the Sculptor to add that to my collection. We'll be smart in this draft, and we won't get distracted by just value drafting. Somebody's going to be excited to get that. Whoever the White Mage is, once again, get the party mechanic going. That's good. We could pick up another Stinger. Zeem Royal Mage can be really good for us. I mean, it costs 6, but in the late game, that can be a decent pickup. Another bounce spell. I really like to take Shepherd, but we're not in white, and I don't think this late in the draft is going to be worth splashing white. Ooh, we're going to have to pick fast here. Take the Royal Mage. Heavy on the 2-drops here. Yeah, we'll take the removal. Oh, and a Cobra. I think we're just going to try to go over top in the sky. We could also take Colossus. What's our party count looking like? We've got Wizard, Rogue, and Cleric. So we could potentially cast this for 5. Or we could take the flyer at the 4-drop. I already have 1, right? Yeah, let's take the flyer. Don't want another Cascades here. Do we really want to main deck a negate? I feel like draft is too creature heavy for that. This cantrips. Maybe we just put some beef on the board with Dreadworm as our top end. I mean, our mill strategy is not super strong here. So we're in more of a flyers deck. Yikes. How many Azul ports do we have? Let's see. Sure. Sure. I really don't want any of these. +1/+1 utility knife over maybe? Monk Lord can be okay. When he dies, he gets to throw a +1/+1 counter on a creature, put that on a flyer, and that's pretty decent. Alright, what kind of a mess did we draft here today? Alright, for sake of shortening the video, I'm going to take some time to look at these cards, and I will be back with you very shortly. Hang tight. We will see you soon.